won't believe what went down in the cooldown room after the British Grand Prix. It was like a scene straight out of a movie, the reigning world champion and a 7-time legend going at it, while a young gun was left absolutely gutted. Trust me, you're going to want to see this. That's how I'd start off this video, hooking you with a promise of some juicy behind-the-scenes drama from one of the most thrilling races of 2024 Formula 1 season. Because, let me tell you, the cooldown room footage from Silverstone was an absolute roller coaster of emotions. As the top 3 drivers, Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, and Lando Norris, made their way into the cooldown room, the tension was palpable. You could practically feel the electricity in the air. Verstappen and Hamilton, these two titans of the sport, were immediately at each other's throats, chippy and rubbing in their results. Hamilton, never one to hold back, turned to Norris and fired off a question that must have felt like a gut punch. Why didn't you go to mediums? Ouch. Norris, who had been leading the race for a good chunk of the afternoon, was absolutely devastated and dying inside as he listened to the two world champions dissect the race strategy. I mean, can you imagine being in Norris's shoes in that moment? That poor guy looked Leclerc level of depressed, stuttering as he tried to respond to Hamilton's pointed inquiry. It was clear the team's decision not to force him onto the medium tires had left him with less intel and a whole lot of heartbreak. But as much of the cooldown room was filled with raw emotion, there was also moments of levity that perfectly encapsulate the spirit of Formula 1. In a light-hearted exchange, Hamilton called Verstappen a bowl hogger, and the two champions shared a funny interaction, their competitive fire balanced by genuine respect. And let's not forget the transcript that surfaced from the cooldown room footage. It offered even more insight into the drivers' mindsets. Verstappen, for example, acknowledged that the medium tires would have been the faster choice for him at the end of the race. Meanwhile, Hamilton graciously admitted that his rival's strategy had been the better one. Now, I know what you're thinking. With all this drama and tension, the cooldown room must have been a total train wreck, right? Well, not exactly. Despite the heartbreak Norris was clearly feeling, the McLaren team principal, Andreas Seidl, was really cheery in the aftermath. That just goes to show the resilience and professionalism of these drivers even in the face of devastating disappointment. And speaking of Norris, the young Brit's composure in that moment was nothing short of inspiring. Sure, he was absolutely devastated and dying inside, but he carried himself with a kind of poise and maturity that belies his years. This kid's got a bright future ahead of him, no doubt about it. As the drivers eventually made their way out of the cooldown room, you could almost feel the energy shifting. The intensity of the race had given way to a sense of camaraderie and respect. A reminder that even in the heat of competition, these guys are still human beings with a deep appreciation for one another's talents. It's moments like these that make Formula 1 such a captivating sport, you know? The raw emotion, the fierce rivalries, the sportsmanship. It's all part of the magic that keeps us coming back race after race. And trust me, the cooldown room footage from Silverstone is the perfect encapsulation of that. So, what are you waiting for? Strap in and get ready to experience the drama, the heartbreak, and the humor of the British Grand Prix cooldown room. It's a ride you won't soon forget. Sure, there was a heartbreak and disappointment, like Norris' gutting performance and the team's questionable strategy call. But even in the face of such devastating setbacks, the drivers and teams show the kind of resilience and professionalism that defines this sport. And let's not forget the moments of levity and camaraderie, like the light-hearted exchange between Verstappen and Hamilton. These are the kinds of interaction that remind us that at the end of the day, these are human beings pushing the limits of their craft with a deep respect and appreciation for one another. So, if you're a die-hard Formula 1 fan or just someone who loves a good sport drama, do yourself a favor and check out the cooldown room footage from the British Grand Prix. It's a roller coaster ride of emotion, humor, and the unbreakable spirit that makes the sport so damn captivating. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.